Fill queues resurface as retail stations shut down in Abuja, Kano and Lagos. Academic Staff Union of Universities extends strike by 3 months as UNILAG students protest. Families of Abuja Kaduna train attack victims protest in Kaduna. Away from Nigeria, 3 guards killed at polling station in Philippine elections. Hello and welcome to Trust News Update. I am Ayuba Ilya. Thank you for joining. And now the details. Motorists have called on the federal government to find a lasting solution as fuel scarcity resurfaced again in the Federal Capital Territory and neighboring states. Trust TV's Kabir Lawal was at some filling stations to hear from consumers that have spent hours waiting to buy the commodity. The report.
There's indication that the scarcity of petroleum product has resurfaced again. Motorists are seen in long queues trying to buy the product, which is proving difficult. More so, the impact of the scarcity is especially felt by commuters who pay high price to be transported from one place to another.
To me, this is totally unacceptable, but the fact that we don't even know what caused the scarcity, where the scarcity is coming from until now, we don't even know. How can someone wake up in the morning, driving to work, all of a sudden discovers that there's hold up everywhere in all the filling stations, even most filling stations that have fuel are not selling? That I do not know until now, but I'm sure, I'm very, very convinced that a whole lot of filling stations here in Abuja have fuel.
Traffic gridlocks appeared across major parts of Abuja as many service lanes were closed to traffic due to queues from the petroleum stations. Consumers of the product told Trust Television that they left their various houses in the early hours to queue up at the filling station to get the commodity, but to no avail as they are still in the queue waiting for their turn. Some consumers further revealed that they had to tip fuel attendants to be able to buy the product.
I feel very bad because what we are suffering in Nigeria because of fuel subsidy is very bad. We are really suffering a lot. To get a fuel for your working or what you are using a fuel for is very expensive for us in Nigeria. Whether is the citizen of Nigeria and whether is we don't have anything and we are the ones suffering most in Nigeria. It's very bad. We can't continue this. This country needs to be changed. We need to change. We need changing in the country because the country is really going very bad situation that we, the poor ones, cannot even get anything. I come here to sell in the morning, around 6 o'clock in the morning. This is now I'm going back. Even before I go back, I paid bribe before they give me this fuel.
It's shocking to me that I just woke up yesterday evening to discover that we're experiencing scarcity. I don't know where it's coming from, but I think something really fast needs to be done.
They said this fuel scarcity will affect food prices in the market as transporting these food items is also expensive.
Most people slept here overnight and they are still not happy, and everybody have been talking their ordeal about the fuel scarcity presently going on in Abuja. In Abuja, Kabir Lawal, Trust TV News.
The Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, has announced the extension of its 3-month-old strike by an additional 3 months. The announcement was made on Monday morning by the union's president, Emmanuel Osodeke, at the ASU headquarters at the University of Abuja. The decision, according to the Lagos Zonal Coordinator of ASU, Adelaja Odukoya, followed an extensive meeting of the leadership of the union on Sunday and early Monday morning. This as students and other concerned parties, including members of the civil society organizations, have continued to stage protests to demand an immediate resolution of the crisis between the workers' unions and the Nigerian government. Meanwhile, students on Monday gathered in front of the entrance gate of the University of Lagos, Akoka, to protest the extension of ASU strike by 3 months. They also marched along the road leading to the university gate. Heavily armed and hooded security operatives, including men of the Nigerian Police Force and the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, were stationed at the university gate. Also, men of the Department of State Services were among the joint security forces at the venue with scores of patrol vans. other news, scores of passengers have blocked the boarding gate of the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Lagos, in Abuja, following the delay in their flight. Angry passengers told newsmen on Monday morning that they have been at the airport since Sunday night to catch flights to different destinations. As at 8:36 a.m., passengers of Arik Airline, due for takeoff at 7 p.m. on Sunday, were still at the terminal without explanation from the flight workers or officials. Pictures show that many of the passengers had an uncomfortable night at the airport, as chairs within the airport served as mattresses for scores of them. Airline Operators of Nigeria, AON, in a letter on Friday announced plans to suspend operations from Monday over high cost of jet fuel and other operational costs. But on Sunday, AON said that all airlines have suspended the plan and operations will no longer be halted.
People stayed there till almost 12 midnight yesterday. Now you send a text, they should come by 7 o'clock this morning. What is the time now? What is the time now? You're still calling other flights. So just look at it. There is trouble at the airport right now.
Now, in the meantime, the House of Representatives is meeting with relevant stakeholders in the aviation sector to resolve issues surrounding Jet A1 fuel. Part of the resolutions is to look at price disparity among marketers, as well as the need for airline operators to have their own license in order to eliminate the middlemen involved in the importation of Jet A1 fuel. We'll bring you details of that report in our subsequent bulletins. Now, following the suspension of the planned aviation shutdown by Airline Operators of Nigeria, AON, due to calls from government and relevant stakeholders on the negative effects of the proposed shutdown on the economy, normal work has resumed at the nation's airport. The strike was scheduled for Monday, May 9, over the increase in aviation fuel. Our reporter who visited the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, reports that airline operators were seen going about their usual activities, with passengers boarding to different destinations and others arriving. The families of the Abuja-Kaduna train attack victims took to the streets on Monday to protest abduction of some passengers. The terrorists had on March 28 bombed the Abuja-Kaduna rail tracks, attacking a train filled with passengers. This resulted in the death and abduction of the passengers. 42 days after the attack, the families of the victims have taken to the street to seek justice and the release of the abducted passengers. We'll bring you details of that in our subsequent bulletin. Now, defense in the case of the alleged murder of 5-year-old Hanifa Abubakar by Abdul Malik Tanko and 2 others has begun at the State High Court in Audu Bako Secretariat, Kano State. At the resumed hearing, the accused Abdul Malik Tanko admitted to kidnapping Hanifa but denied having knowledge of how she died. The case continues on Tuesday for defense by the second and third accused persons.
Has been selected already for the opening of defense from the defense column, which we informed the court that we're ready to open our defense. We started with the first defendant, Abdul Malik Tanko. After a long drill of evidence, he was cross-examined, and we felt because of the tension on ground, we need to have a break, so that tomorrow we commence by 10 a.m. with the next 2 defense witnesses, DW2 and 3.
Well, thank you very much. The case was adjourned to today for defense, and as you have seen, the first accused person, Abdul Malik, started testifying in his defense, and then we also cross-examined him. And it has been adjourned to tomorrow for defense, for the other 2 continuation of defense. You have heard what he said. You have heard what he told the court. You have heard his admissions in court. You have heard he admitted to kidnapping her. You have heard he admitted to taking her to where she died. And based on his evidence, well, I wouldn't want to go deep into the issue because the matter is before the court. But alhamdulillah, we are doing fine. That is his position. It's left for the court to take the evidence before it and decide whether he's the one he's sure or not. That is for the court to decide. But as a lawyer, believe me, I'm not surprised. When people take the witness box, they tend to say a lot of things.
You're watching the news update on Trust Television. Coming up shortly. Tackling bridge collapse in Kwara. Details and more after the break. Join us again, please.
Every patriotic Nigerian should hear this. Any politician who means well for the people will never allow themselves or their supporters to engage in any violent, destructive activities. No politician who truly wants to serve the people and develop the nation will encourage his followers to destroy properties or take human lives before, during, or after the elections. The Nigerian public must watch out for these traits and isolate any politician who encourages supporters to engage in violence. No genuine politician or patriot will cause trouble and seek to destroy the very society which they aspire to lead or develop. Politicians who have the good of the people at heart will not allow themselves or their followers to engage in violence, destruction of properties, and then taking of lives. Be vigilant. By their words you shall know them. Shun violence. Stay away from politicians who want you to do so. Let's join hands to make the 2023 elections peaceful. This message is from the National Orientation Agency, NORA.
Welcome back. This is the Trust News Update. Let's take a look at some of our top stories again. Failed queues resurface as retail stations shut in Abuja, Kano, and Lagos. Plus, Academic Staff Union of Universities extends strike by 3 months as UNILAG students protest. And now to political stories. In what may have put to rest to uncertainties about his bid to contest, Central Bank Governor Godwin Emefiele approached the Federal High Court in Abuja on Monday, seeking the courts on his eligibility in a suit he filed by Senior Advocate of Nigeria Mike Ezekweme. The Apex Bank Governor prayed for a declaration that he was not bound to resign to participate in a primary election to select a presidential candidate. Ezekweme told the court that Section 84, subsection 12 of the Electoral Act, as amended 2022, does not affect Emefiele being a public servant and not a political appointee. The CBN governor is the sole plaintiff in the suit, with the Independent National Electoral Commission and the Attorney General of the Federation as respondents. The court, in its ruling, however, summoned INEC and AGF to appear before it on May 12 to show cause on why status quo and tabulum should not be granted to the CBN governor. However, setting ruling for May 12 have effectively ruled out Emefiele from APC's presidential ticket. Senate President Ahmed Lawan has declared his intention to contest the 2023 presidential election on the platform of the All Progressives Congress. Lawan made the declaration on Monday in Abuja while receiving the 100 million naira APC nomination and expression of interest forms presented to him by a political group, National Stability Project, led by Chief Sam Nkire. The Senate President, who said that he had listened to various calls across the nation asking him to contest the office of the President, said he was ready to commit himself to the call. 7 residents of Takakume in Goronyo local government area of Sokoto State were killed during an attack on the community in the early hours of Sunday. One of the bandits was also killed by the local vigilantes who gave the bandits a hot chase. Confirming the incident, the council's chairman, Abdulwahab Goronyo, said the bandits attacked the community around midnight, killed 1 person and abducted 6. The chairman said that the bandits had attacked the same village a few days ago and abducted 3 persons who were still in captivity. He said security operatives had been deployed in the village to forestall a further attack on the people. Now, following the incessant collapse of the Moro and Ahom bridges in Moro local government area, the Kwara State government once again is appealing to the federal government to speed up the completion of the new alternative bridge to reduce accidents and loss of lives. The State Commissioner for Works, while on an assessment visit to the bridge, urged the federal government to urgently finish the construction of the new bridge as it affects the economic fortunes of the people of the state. The report.
Moro Belly Bridge in Okolowo area of Ilorin was constructed over 40 years ago and had been deteriorating lately. Road users who cross the bridge as part of their journey lament its negative effects on them and appeal to the relevant authorities to ensure its reconstruction.
The road, everything they enter is from here. Yam, plantain, any food from here to Ilorin, all the Kwara State, they go this place, go buy the food.
5 years ago, the federal government awarded the contract for the construction of Modern Bridge as alternative to the already old and dilapidated one. However, work on the new bridge seems to have halted due to additional requests for funds that are yet to be approved by the government.
Then sometime the contractor requested complain about the rate of the project and requested for new rate.
Former Controller of Works, the state government expressed displeasure with the slow pace of work when the Commissioner for Works paid an assessment visit to the old and ongoing bridges. He appealed for speedy completion of the new one as the constant repair of the old one cannot serve the purpose anymore.
At times you see the FEMA guys, they do the repairs. There are times when we also, the states, when we quickly do it before the approval will come. And when the approval comes, they will come and work. And the long-term solution is what we have on this side, where we believe when this is completed, then the traffic will now be able to move freely.
The representative of the Federal Road Maintenance Agency assured of their readiness to constantly repair and maintain the old bridge, pending when the new one will be completed.
The traffic on this road are too heavy, and to that extent, it's making a lot of impact on the panels and the H-beams.
As the people of Kwara State await the completion of the new Moro Bridge, expectations are high that motorists will cautiously use the bridge to ensure that accidents are reduced.
Economic Community of West African States Community Court of Justice will hold an international conference from Monday in Praia, Cape Verde, on strengthening regional integration with the implementation of an effective justice system. The four-day conference will be jointly hosted by the government of Cape Verde with the theme ECOWAS integration model, the legal implications of regionalism, sovereignty and supranationalism. A panel of discussants consisting of jurists and scholars from ECOWAS member states, ECOWAS institutions and international organizations are expected to interrogate various aspects of the ECOWAS integration model under the 7 sub-themes of the conference. And away from Nigeria, at least 3 members of local peacekeeping forces have been shot dead by assailants near a polling station in the southern Philippines during national elections. The deadly shooting happened shortly after voting started in Buluan municipality of Mindanao Island on Monday. Mindanao provincial police spokesman Major Roldan Kuntong said a 4th guard was wounded in the attack. Former Mayor Ibrahim Mangundadutu said people inside the school being used as a polling station ran for cover when the shooting started. Armed men also attacked a polling station in Lanao, the Sul province in Mindanao, killing 1 voter and wounding 2 others. Now, Democratic Republic of Congo international Jody Lukoki, who began his senior career at Dutch giants Ajax, has died at the age of 29. Lukoki also had spells at PEC Zwolle, Bulgarian club Ludogorets and Turkish outfit Yeni Malatyaspor, and was most recently on the books of Dutch side FC Twente. With that, we wrap up Trust News Update, but you can watch more by connecting with us via our social media platforms and also subscribing to our YouTube channel. I am Ayuba Ilya. Thank you for watching.